and sit this way. Your seat, you can adjust it again. Yes, adjust again. So you face your while you are giving him eye contact.
Yes, a very good morning to you. This is our welcome to Sunrise Sports on 96.1 FM in Enugu. I hope you are good whenever you are watching or listening to us from. Yes, in our package this morning, Egyptian club are highly interested in Super Eagles striker Kelesi Iheanacho. Daniel Mostrib of a footballing license cannot play for national team. NFF reportedly shortlists Algerian league manager for Super Eagles coaching role. Six straight win, third in Premier League. Nottingham Forest beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 3-0 yesterday. As AC Milan wins Coppa Italia in grand style after their match against their neighbors Inter Milan yesterday at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We have some local news stories for you coming from Woody and Kano West and maybe Walker, as the case may be. My name is Chibuzo Onwe, the man you know as the only attacker precision. Yes, I'm here with yes, Chizoba Emmanuel and Maz. You have to put Maz in it. You need to see the way he's refreshed. We haven't traveled to the village and participated in the local football fiesta. Chizoba, well, good morning to you and Happy New Year.
Yeah, good morning to you. Happy New Year too.
Let's start with this one. How did it happen in Walker?
Well, it was raining football everywhere in Oboka this year. Sorry, this past Christmas.
Did you participate? Because I remember you made a promise to our listener that you are going to
Yeah, I
participate.
participated.
How did it go? Who won and who lost?
Well, my schedule didn't really give me much time, but
In that case, you didn't play again.
now I played. I played.
Anyway, since Chizoba is not, he doesn't want to give us exactly what happened there, but let me tell you that the ongoing Stico B and Kano West 2025 football competition continues, and just yesterday, Amore and Amod Okanano, they played a goalless draw while Aban lost at home to Obe United. Akbugo defeated Obuofia by 3-0, and it wasn't good for Obuofia because I know a lot of friends from there, and they will not be happy over what happened there just yesterday. But features for today, yes. Akebu will be taking on Obe. Venue is Obe Central School by 4 p.m. Then today again, Abande and Abu will be trying their sets for size. Venue is Ozara. While tomorrow, 8th January, Obe will be taking on Akebu. Venue is Umweze. While Obe, the same tomorrow, Obe will be taking on Abugo by 3. That is the venue is Abugo. Yeah, as the case may be. That is how it panned out. And from there, let's go over to Mbudi. In case you don't know, Mbudi is in Ogwe, not in that of Mbudi of Imo State. It's, our community, our village, net champions of Mbudi Unity Cup 2024-2025 season. Football season anyway, after beating Ogugu by a lone goal in the 3rd minute, courtesy of Chisomume low strike. Yes, the winners prizes are first prize 200,000, runners up 150, third 100,000, most valuable player 20,000, highest goal scorer 20,000, best goalkeeper 20,000, referee, best referee 50,000, and officials 50,000 naira. Most valuable player went to Chisomu Umen. He is from Ifite village. While best goalkeeper went to Gabriel Uyanyasi Obi from Ifite village also. Oba finished third after beating Enugu Ife 5-0. Ogugu came second as the case may be. That was how it panned out at Mbudi football competition according to Olie Otiochere, who sent in the report for you this morning. let's just tell you that Kenneth Boboye, one of the best coaches we have in our MPFL league, he has since resigned his appointment as the technical advisor of the Sunshine Stars. He has now pitched 10th with Akwa United. He resumed it yesterday, and let's watch and see what he's going to bring to board because Akwa United have been struggling. This coach will come and resign and go to another club. This coach will resign and go to another club. But let's watch and see because he has been in the team before where he won the league. He was the first person to win the league for them, and I don't know what happened. They fell apart and he left. But now they record him back. Let's watch and see what will happen. Yes, from there, let's tell you that Egyptian giants Al Ahly are exploring the possibility of signing Kelechi Iheanacho this month. Iheanacho only joined the Spanish club Sevilla on a free transfer last summer following the expiration of his Leicester City's contract. The 28-year-old has, however, failed to score or register an assist in 9 league outings for the Rojiblancos. Garcia Primera's side are reportedly willing to allow him leave this month. The former UEFA Europa League champions are open to a loan plus buy options for the striker. Yes, the Nigerian international was recently linked with a move to Sky Bet Championship club Watford. However, according to England outlet Express, Al Ahly have emerged as a contender for Iheanacho's signature as a possible replacement for South African forward Percy Tau. Yes, the Cairo powerhouse also wants to bolster the attacking options ahead of the Summer Club World Cup in USA. Chisoba,
Yeah.
is it end of Kelechi Iheanacho's football career? Because if a club in Africa will start looking for a signature, I think it doesn't speak good of his current form. Maybe he's retiring at the age of 28 years. I don't know what you make of this move by Al Ahly of Egypt to sign Kelechi Iheanacho.
Yeah, I won't say it's the end of his football career. Sometimes we can use Igalo as an example. After moving to China, he came back to England to play for one of the best team in England, Manchester United. So it all depends on attitude. If he puts in the right attitude right there in Egypt, he can still come back to England. Yeah, it's very much possible.
Well, I don't know, but I do think they have the requisite or financial muscle to pay Kelechi Iheanacho because currently I know that he earns over £50,000 a week.
It depends. If he's playing football for the love of football, I think he has made enough money to last him 6 months.
So if Cristiano Ronaldo has not made a lot of money, he's still strong.
But his brand is still strong. There are sometimes there are sometimes when you don't have an option, you just have to take whatever is in front of you.
So, but there's this thing somebody said concerning Nigerian players that anytime they go to Europe and they make first season, second season, third season, they make money, you don't see them playing the way they used to play.
I think I would say it's an attitude issue. It's an attitude issue because football requires the right attitude and the right mental strength. Sometimes the fame and everything just gets into their head, and it becomes difficult for them to retain their form.
It's worrisome. It's not peculiar to Nigerian players because some African players, once they make that money, they see that yes, this money can carry me throughout my life. But many times you see that even the money will not carry them throughout their lifetime. You see them begging for money after a short while. They fail to maybe utilize or invest in those money they make. But I don't know. Let's see what if Kelechi Iheanacho will go to Egypt. There's some Nigerians have played, but not coming from England to Egypt, but from Nigeria to Egypt, from Egypt maybe to Europe. Somebody like Emmanuel Amunike, John Chukwudo Otaka, who again, a lot of them. Emeke is still playing there. Former Rangers player is playing for Al-Masry of Egypt. So let's watch and see. Just over there is this serious allegation, very weighty one by a certain coach, Coach Abdallah. He said that why Nigerian youngsters struggle after under 17, under 20 World Cups. Yes, a former youth coach, Osman Abdallah, has shed light on the struggle Nigerian footballers particularly young talents, face after participating in international tournaments like the Under-17, Under-20 World Cup. In an interview with Brilla.net, Abdallah pointed out that the lack of structural development in Nigerian domestic league often forces players to seek opportunities abroad. He also highlighted the financial difficulties many players endure as they attempt to advance their career. The situation is bad. Everybody is struggling to make it. Abdallah said. Immediately after the World Cup, if no club picks you up, you return to the Nigerian league and feel you are too good for it. Then your next target is to go outside the country. Importance also, Abdallah stressed the need for competent managers to guide young players in securing opportunities abroad. Without proper representation, even the most talented players can stagnate in a local system plagued by poor infrastructure and low wages, which ultimately hinder performance. He contrasted Nigerian football environment with Europe, emphasizing how better conditions overseas help players flourish. In Europe, you have a good atmosphere, good weather, and the money, so the players relax and play. Abdallah explained. Do you share the same sentiment with Coach Usman Abdallah? Because it has been a very serious problem.
Yeah, this is not actually an accusation. He's spitting raw facts. Like everything he said is just the gospel truth and nothing but the truth. Because like we talked the other time, that we lack structured football environment here in Nigeria, and it makes it difficult for these players to go outside of the country, and then poor management, because the football the thing is just is a very vast industry that every sector need to be good and up and doing for it to flourish, for the youngsters to flourish.
Yeah, but when you look at some of, apart from, so there's a white man that came to, where exactly? I think, okay, he came with Ganotro. There was a time there was a media parley. Okay, they did something, Ganotro had to come with, we were interviewing the man. He said that he cannot take any, as a white person, as an agent or intermediary as it is called now, that he cannot take any player from MPFL to Europe, that they will have to, in fact, they are not trained at all, that he prefers academy players that are bendable, that once you take them abroad, you can start teaching them. Why is it that we don't see any player? Because he asked that question. Rhetorically, he returned the question to us. Why is it that we don't see the Nigerian Premier League player signing to the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, all these big English Premier League?
Like I always say, football is more than just playing it.
Okay.
There is what we call PR, which most Nigerian footballers don't even care about. As a footballer, it's not just all about playing.
Okay.
You need to put your face out there. These people don't really watch our league. They don't really see, they don't even care what we do in our league. They believe theirs is the best, and obviously it is. So you need to put yourself there, make yourself marketable. Our Nigerian footballers.
How?
Okay, as a footballer, you should have a brand around the football space. It's not just all about playing. Most of these clubs, they sign players not just only for footballing reasons, but for the marketing reasons. That's why you talked about Ronaldo still being paid huge amount of money. If Ronaldo should come up today and say, okay, I do listen to Sunrise FM. Trust me, by tomorrow, Sunrise FM we shut down because of the engagements that has to do with Sunrise FM. That is the brand around Cristiano Ronaldo. Same thing with Messi and some of all these top footballers. It's a brand. They are already a brand. It's not just all about playing football. Our Nigerian footballers, we don't care about. We just
football marketer and the rest of them advertiser. So at least if I believe that a lot of them are listening to us, how does one at least build that brand?
You can't do it. Premier League? You can't do it alone. You need to make yourself available.
How?
Contact our likes. That's why we are here. That's why we are. That's our job. Focus on playing your football.
Okay.
We'll focus on marketing you. That's how the whole thing works. That's our job. So, but when you meet them, they feel like you want to exploit their fame or something,
yeah.
not knowing that you are actually helping their brand.
And the thing is that at times, even like what the man was saying, he said that why he doesn't like engaging in our MPFL is that many times. There's a coach that I've said it, and many people were calling for his help, but he said the stark truth that many of MPFL players they don't play with their original age.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that he prefers academy players. That is why the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, the likes of Victor Osimhen, the likes of Chukwueze, the likes of a host of many of them that are doing very well in Europe now did not play Nigerian Premier League. They left as teenagers before white man. Then the question, according to Usman Abdallah, Isaac Lute is a former Rangers player. He will tell you that if given the same opportunity as NFL, this is that many coaches that are coaching MPFL will not be coaching because they are not impacting anything into the players. It's another thing because if insofar as you usually blame this player for not doing this and doing that, you see them before they will trap a ball. In fact, I will from this studio go to outside and come back before a player will trap a ball, control the ball, just like when you watching all this European listen. A player will trap a ball and use it and dribble past the opponent. But here in Nigeria, to use your bodies to trap the ball is as difficult as even. I mean, I don't know how to put it.
Here in Nigeria, there are sometimes we feel like there are some training stages that we feel that we have gone across. That we are no longer in that level of training, practicing trapping. Yes. We are not practicing trapping. You are actually getting used to the ball. You want to make that ball a part of you.
Yes.
You want to feel it when you can just close your eyes and you trap the ball. So sometimes you see these professional footballers, when you watch their training session, you think they are playing, they are joking around. They are not joking around. You just see them touching the ball. They will just give you touch the ball, play with the ball, make it your own, make it a part of you. You see a player backing the post and then turn, boom, goal. So these are the things that if you watch our training session here, is almost physical, always physical.
And that
strength.
is why a lot of them go. In fact, they don't play to that.
Because sometimes football is not. Your body movement alone can create space for your teammates. You don't need to. There is this short clip I saw a time. This guy, the ball was being passed to him. He didn't touch the ball. He just moved. The ball rolled past, and he dribbled his opponent. And that clip, like, I don't know if it's a single match. I don't know if it's a detail, but about 5 or 6 different places he dribbled his opponent without even touching the ball. So sometimes football is not just all about strength.
Remember, there's this former Rangers player. He's from my town. He's in town now. Probably I will bring him one of these days. His name is Tony Oji. They know him as Iron Gate. Whoever that is old enough should know the person I'm talking about. He brought something like a textbook from London at that point in time. Choose up, I can't believe what I saw inside that book. That book is all about football. What you can do with your body from your head to your chest to your laps to your shin to your front. If you want to play like this, look at how you are going to do it. This one is not what you do in the pitch. If you are somebody that is intelligent, after doing that thing in the pitch, you come home, just look at the way you are supposed to trap the ball. If I want to take a shot, maybe this is how I'm going to stand and do it. Why shouldn't they be playing the way they are playing? Because when you watch all these African players born in Europe, the way they play, you notice that we have more talent than white men, but only that we don't have the environment, the enabling environment to, unless you see the person maybe born abroad and he grew up there and the way he plays. It's a very worrisome situation because all the academies we have here, many of them what you usually have is yes, they just trying to exploit the player. Yes, what can I gain? But they are not even interested. What can I impact? Yes, imparting on the player and teaching him the rudiments of football. Do you understand? When I was coaching, I remember I usually tell them, if you're a left footer, a right footer, maybe you're playing right full back, left full back, as a winger, as the case may be, there's something that stands every player out. if you watch Wolverhampton Wanderers match against Nottingham Forest yesterday night, notice that what Nottingham Forest have been using to destroy all the team, including the top table toppers Liverpool, is Elanga and Austin Odoi.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can run, they can pull the ball, they can dribble. You mustn't be
cutting into the defense.
Taribo West went to Europe. As a small boy, I watched him when he was playing for Rangers, with him to be Sergio and the rest of them. He doesn't have any skill, but he's very, very strong. Very, very strong and energetic. When he went to Europe, from Onze, they now turned him to a fearless defender. Before you will dribble past him, you know the type of person you are, the type of striker you are. So what I'm trying to say that I used to tell them that once you have an advantage, that comparative advantage, you have to use it to the fullest. There's this boy, his name is Efai. He was my left foot back, very slow, but he can, when he pulls the ball, close your eyes, the ball will come and touch you.
Wow.
Do you understand? If he pulls the ball from left to this end, if you know how to head the ball, you can score as many goals, and he has that just like Azikulute, the same thing. Do you understand? So I told him to hold that internationally because this is an advantage you have over another one. Do you understand? But many of them, once they say we want to play like Cristiano Ronaldo, he cannot. I want to play like Lionel Messi. He cannot.
Part of the problem, our youngsters, we look up to our idols so much that we want to play like them, forgetting our own strengths. And then the coaches, there you talked about their football, the football handbook.
Yeah.
You talked about these are the part of the problem. Our academy here, they focus only on the physical.
Yeah. Run.
And surprisingly, it's very funny that while playing here under the our hot temperature, if you feel thirsty, you want to drink water, you mad up here, but then you go to Europe, and then within a few months of summer where it's a bit hot, which is not even as hot as Africa, that is hot all year round. After 15-20 minutes, you hear water break.
Yeah.
These people, they understand. They understand that for you to play at your maximum, you need to be concentrated fully. You will see an academy run. They won't teach anything. They will not even a media training.
Yeah.
How to handle the media.
Yes, speak to the media.
How to speak to the media. Then you find a player when he goes to Europe, he need to fumble.
Anyway, just like what we are discussing now, Dagger Eyes, European move, Mrs. Yimba versus Black Bulls. This is exactly what we are talking about. Yes, Yimba midfielder and the former Nigerian under-20 Flying Eagles player, Daniel Dagger, is edging closer to a move to Europe as he targets a potential deal with an undisclosed club in Norway. Do you understand? Scandinavian country. Yes, the talented midfielder was notably absent as Yimba nicknamed the People's Elephants, thrashed Blackpool's 4-1 in their Confederations Cup over the weekend. This is what we are talking about, and this is exactly what Osman Abdallah is talking. They always look for European decisions, but you don't know whether you have to prepare yourself. Just like when a man is looking for a wife to marry, or a woman is looking for a man to. It's not all about it because you are beautiful. You have all the features a woman should have. You're a young man. You are very handsome, tall, and the rest of them. You need to be experienced. You need to prepare yourself. Do you understand? As a young woman, you need to know. Yes, when in the morning, look at what you are supposed to do. In the afternoon, look at what you are supposed to do. At night, look at what you are supposed to do. You are not supposed to do this as a married woman. As a man, you are not supposed to be. But many times they look at themselves. Yes, they look at me. A lot of women will be looking. A lot of women will be looking for me, and that is why they will marry. Today is 7th. By 7th of next month, you hear that. What am I doing with this devil in my house? I mean, it's not. It doesn't work like that. If you want to become a player, you have to go to Europe. You have to prepare for yourself because you are meeting the people that are. Many of them started at the age of 5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
Sometimes a year.
I told you there's a boy that the parents engaged me. We had been on this when he was 5. I usually train him, and maybe by the time I come back from the village, we continue again. He's now 6 years, and you understand? What I usually teach him, number one, how to control the ball. I will be throwing the ball. He'll be using his head to hold the ball. How to shoot, kick, where to use and kick when the ball is coming, and how to swab and dribble and the rest of them. Do you understand? Many people when they come to watch it, a man kept on watching us. He came to us and said he will bring his own children. I said it's not something maybe 1 year project, 2 years project, and the rest of them. If you are not ready to endure, there's no point in bringing the person. When we are doing it, many people think that the boy is not learning anything, but there is a stage we will get to. You see that all those things I'm teaching him.
If that boy should play with his mates, he'll be playing like a professional with them.
So each time that I will get annoyed at times when he's not doing it. We teach him on this Saturday, next Saturday we will relax. So I said, does it mean that we are not moving? But so one man called me and said, Chibuzo, continue. Insofar as the guy, the young lad is enjoying what I'm doing. You always look forward to Saturday to come and do that. When they are closed holidays, I usually train him maybe 3 times in a week. You understand? The uncle made it say that he went to England and saw what happened, that he wants to make sure that he's there. And a very, very intelligent boy. Do you understand? Very, very intelligent boy. But many people, when you see them, they will go and continue learning trade. After a while, they say, let me go and explore if I have a football doesn't work like that.
No.
Anything sports, not only football.
No.
If you want to be a sprinter,
you start at the early stage.
Do you understand? And you must have a good coach.
Yes.
You must have a good, because Imama Amakapabo, he's the coach of Abia Warriors. There was a time he said that MPFL players find it very difficult to translate tactics. Maybe you teach them tactics for them to translate into the though many people were calling for his head at that point in time.
But it's the truth. It's the gospel truth. And then here in Nigeria we do something that is very, very annoying. Someone we start up an academy. The person won't structure the academy. Before you know it, they already start for NLO and start playing. Without even any backup plans for fun, because football requires money, and then maybe they promote. Luckily, they promote. Before you know it, they say they sell their sports. But like, I hate to hear that word. They sell their sports, and for the fact that NFF is even allowing it is very even much annoying and part of the problem. I think if I'm to make a decision on that issue, they should cancel that or discard that selling of sports and buying of sports.
That is where, like,
once you lose, you lose.
Here, the Super 8, they played NNL Super 8. They played last year in Enugu here. Beyond Limit got promoted. They sold the thing, I think, to was it Akwa United or which club did they were at the regional Heartland Football Club. I think.
Yes, Heartland bought it.
I think 300 million or 400 million.
Now,
then the question of where we are asking them, if they can spend
300 million,
if they had injected it during the
why not inject it into that team, build infrastructure, increase your player's salary, pay any outstanding bonus or debt there. These players will be playing happily, and then promote. But you see them, and NFF will just like, okay, fine, let's continue. If this club that promotes doesn't have the capacity to continue, fine, look for the next club there. If they also don't have, look for the next one that have the capacity. That way, this other club will always look for means to get fund, and then do the required things, put the required things in place so as to have fund to participate in that competition, not selling it. And you see a team playing every year only to sell the sports.
That was why a former governor of Airport State said, just because you go into the pitch to play, that I'll be paying you 2 million. He had to disband.
Exactly.
He sold.
Exactly.
Teams
are not allowed to. You are playing to win a prize, and part of the prize in the lower division is qualification.
Yes.
And then you qualify and you sell the sports. How are you motivating the players?
They will tell you that the financial implication is not something they can cater for, and it will be very
Okay,
difficult for them.
Heartland, the Beyond Limits sold their spot for 300 million. Is a huge amount of money.
Before then, you can call us on 0907 275 9950 or 0706 815 8029. Go ahead.
Okay, Beyond Limits sold their spot for 300 million naira. It's a huge amount of money, I must say. But if they had continued,
Yeah.
and then put
No,
the right things in
the rule
place,
says that one person cannot be operating two clubs owned by one person in a Premier League. That is one of the statutes. That is what he said. That was why
well,
the man had to say.
well, actually, I think FIFA rules is that one person cannot own more than one club in a country.
But that particular Beyond Limit and Remo Star being owned by one person.
But he's not even supposed to be allowed in the first place. He's not supposed to be allowed in the first place. In a single country, one person shouldn't own two clubs. So when they own the club, you allow them to play.
And even a FIFA license agent, you know that they are not allowed to own a club there.
No.
That was why the former club I coached, God Favor Football Club, the owner was a FIFA license. So, but we use his wife's name as the owner of the club.
Good.
So that was it. And we are not going to be disputing our mandate because when the writing is done in Nigerian football circle, I believe that it will be better for us because the way our players are going abroad, look at a good player like Daniel Daga. I watched him against Rangers in Aba. Very fine player. Very, very fine player. Why, just like you said, if they had marketed him very well, this guy can play in English Premier League and play very, very well there. But let's just leave it in that. Yes, Daniel Omo street of footballing license cannot play for national team. This is come from a newspaper called Maka. Yes, Daniel Omo football license was revoked on December 31st, 2024, according to Maka reports. If Barcelona still cannot register Omo in La Liga, he will not be allowed to play football in Spain or for the Spanish national team either. Omo will only be allowed to play for Spain if he leaves Barca and joins another team in Europe. Omo also cannot play in the Champions League for Barcelona. The midfielder is permitted to leave Barcelona for free as long as he isn't registered. If Omo decides to stay and wait for Barca, he will receive his full salary from the club, but he cannot play for football. He cannot play football for as long as the problem persists. The same situation also applies to Pau Victor, who also hasn't been registered. I don't know. This is where football rules and regulations are applied. Dani Olmo is a very good player, an integral part of Barcelona, and then look at because of their financial problem.
I think Barcelona brought all this on themselves. I don't know how they structure their management side, but a club of Barcelona status shouldn't find themselves in this kind of difficult situation where you can't register a player. I remember, I think during the COVID year, I think 2020, when so many players had to cut their salary in order to support the team, and I think that time should be a point where they learned their lesson, and then maybe try to see if you can adjust yourself, suffer a little bit. Yes, every team wants to win, every team, but at a point in every business, there comes a time where you have to cut down on so many things. Focus on surviving first, and then build from there. You don't have to do everything possible just to be at the top.
Let's watch and see. Yes, the Carabao Cup will be coming up today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, Liverpool will be facing Tottenham Hotspur, while today going to be Newcastle United versus Arsenal. So let's watch and see what will happen because they are in the semi-finals. They are going to play home and away. So let's watch and see. Yes, so yesterday in Spain, Copa del Rey matches were played. Deportivo Minera lost at home to Real Madrid by 5 goals to nil. After the guy from Turkey, in fact, he scored one of the goals, and the legend Luka Modric, he can't stop scoring. He rescued Real Madrid the other day against which team, and they scored yesterday also. Yes, FCA Cartagena sad lost at home to Leganes, 2 goals to 1. Ponferradina lost at home to Real Sociedad, and the Racing Santander lost at home to Celta Vigo. Elche defeated Las Palmas by 4 goals to 0. This is surprising because Las Palmas is a very strong team. I don't know. Orange CF defeated Valladolid. This is a surprising result by 3 goals to 2. Marbella and Atletico Madrid played, and Atletico Madrid beat them by a long goal. And the host of other Betis defeated Huesca 1-0. Tenerife lost at home to Osasuna, and Meria spanked Sevilla by 4 goals to 1. Barbastro lost at home to Barcelona, while UD Leganes lost at home to Atletico Bilbao, and that is how it panned out in Spanish Copa del Rey. Yes, in Italian Super Cup, it was played in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Why is it that the way? Why can't we attract this type of having to bring all these finals to
Marketing,
Africa?
advertising.
Look
Marketing,
at Spanish,
advertising.
this in Italian, this in, when they want to play, they will go to
It
Saudi
boils
Arabia.
down to marketing and advertising. You need to let people know that you have something to offer. It's just like a beautiful bride or a beautiful lady that wants to get married, and you're always indoors. How will anybody see you and know that you're beautiful?
Anyway, it's a very wonderful this, but I believe that we should learn from this type of thing, because once they are coming to Saudi Arabia, all the world attention will be on them.
Okay.
But let me tell you that AC Milan defeated Inter Milan by 3 goals to 2, and the man from Bayelsa State, talking about Tam Abraham, was the hero on the night. He scored the last gap goal that gave AC Milan their victory, their silver victory for their new coach.
Well, okay. Speaking about why we can't attract clubs to come and play their competition, their official competition here in Nigeria. Let me ask, how many times have you actually seen any advertisement on Facebook or anywhere about the NPFL matches?
Yeah.
Have you seen?
No.
How many times have you seen that of Premier League, Serie A, and the likes of it?
It's very, very, very rare now.
That's part of the problem. We believe that all these things doesn't matter, but it matters a lot. Advertising is something that's very, very vital in almost every organization. You wonder why top companies, top brands invest so much in advertising and marketing. And then those that need it more will be like, some people say, that is the common belief we have here in Nigeria. That's why we don't put in any effort to ensure that our brand is in the face of people we want to see it. We don't even let them know that we have, but we don't even let them know that we have at least something that they will look up to while playing here in Nigeria. I don't know if we even meet them to even talk about the possibility.
But I believe that for this, if you're interested in, because you don't do what you don't know. Like the lawyers will tell you that you don't, how do they say it? You don't, when you don't do something, you don't expect anything to happen when you have not done anything.
Exactly.
So the thing is that you as an advertiser, you have to be reaching out to them, because many of them are not aware of what you people do. That is where I look at it.
The thing is,
many of them are not aware of
when you meet them, they'll be like, what we are much interested in is getting sponsors. Let's get sponsors. And then when you check the record of someone that is that wants to attract sponsor, you see that nothing is being done. And then when you tell them, well, see where we are going to start, this is what you need to do as initial investments, they'll just backslide.
Anyway, the thing is that for me, NFF, the league organizer, let me not call NFF, they're supposed to incorporate it into their
I think that
rules.
They should.
Do you understand?
They should.
So that every club must, as a matter of fact, give those opportunities for people like you to, from time to time, come and talk to the players, maybe in their camp or maybe in their training ground and rest of them. But you notice that in Nigerian Premier League, general manager will do their own job, he do his own job, do a lot of things, manage players and do a host of once I've told you my experience. A certain coach with Rangers at that point in time, then I was active doing the coaching this thing. Onyeka Okeke, he lives at Emene. I brought him to Rangers. That guy was red hot at that point. He can run any defender down. Do you understand? The first training with Rangers, he scored 2 goals. The second day, he scored 2 goals. The third day, he scored 1 goal. I met with the coach, and I will not mention his name because the man has no knowledge about where the player was coming from or who is managing him and the rest of them. Do you know what he told me? He said, Coach, you have a very good upcoming player. Somebody who has played for Ranchers Bees or Kaduna United. Sorry. You have a very upcoming player. Maybe we give him like 2 or 3 years to mature. I started looking at the man. I said, are you saying that his performance? I said, no. He performed very, very well, but he's not right for Premier League. I said, Oyeka, let's go. Oyeka, let's go. You understand? So, and many times you notice that they don't sign any player, they will not gain anything from. Even no matter how good you are. Because our transfer circle in MPFL is very, very as rotten to the extent that even players themselves manage their fellow players. Manage their own player. I mean, that professionalism it's not always there.
When it comes to the structure in football, after the general manager, the CEO, or whoever the director, the top dog that calls the shots, you should have the technical director and then the sporting director.
Yeah.
The technical should handle the technical parts, which is mostly about in-game plays, how you want the team to be performing, and then the sporting director should handle more about recruiting players, who stays and who goes. Though their role it does fluctuate sometimes, but then here in Nigeria, that gap is there. The general manager straight to the coach. There is nobody in between to checkmate what the general manager does or what the coach does. So whenever the general manager takes a decision, it becomes final entirely. Yeah. And whenever the coach takes a decision, it becomes final entirely. A good player might come in, and the coach will be like you said in this case, that you have an upcoming player. Not mind the fact that he is good.
Yes.
But imagine if there is somebody, and maybe the general manager might not even be aware of that particular incident. Then imagine if you can't expect him to be there always. Imagine if the sporting director or the technical director was around and saw the guy play. I believe it would have been a different outcome. So these are the things. These are part of the problem we are having here in Nigeria. We don't even care about the professionalism of what we are doing. We are just doing it because others are doing.
And we are many of them are so corrupt that if they don't gain anything, even some coaches, once they are not, or they were not the people or the person that signed the player, you see him benching the player. And at times you see many times good players sitting on the bench. You see even players that are better off because they want to market their own players at the expense of the club. Anyway, we are not going to be wasting much of our energy there. Let's talk about transfer, because a lot of people have been asking me whether we don't like talking about transfer. Yes, Chelsea want to sign a Crystal Palace defender, Mark Guehi, because Fofana has not recovered from his injury, and they are saying that Crystal Palace is saying that Chelsea is joking that they are not willing to sell their captain at this point in time. Yes, Joshua Zirkzee has no interest in leaving Manchester United and made interest from Serie A, AC Milan. PSG, Randa Kolo Muane is one of a number of forward options under discussion at Tottenham Hotspur. I think he will do very, very well because that guy can run. Yes, Matheus Cunha, a very nice player. Is still considering his options before deciding whether to sign a new Wolves contract. Crystal Palace are preparing an improved bid for Liverpool winger Ben Douk. West Ham are interested in Chelsea midfielder Keman Bogri Hall. Yes, Bournemouth have agreed a deal to sign 19-year-old left back Julian Sola. And Emmanuel Abado is set to begin a medical in France ahead of finalizing his move to Wolves. Fenerbahce are interested in Aston Villa Diego Carlos. Juventus midfielder Douglas Luiz is very open to returning to the Premier League, and interest from two clubs. They did not disclose that. Mohamed Salah has reportedly responded to Jimmy Carragher's comment about the Egyptian contract situation on Sky Sports News with a social media post calling the former Liverpool defender obsessed. Why is it that in English Premier League you have not allow current players, active players to play the game? You want to influence the way what they do, but it's not possible now.
Very, very valid question, and I'll give you a straightforward answer. Out of all the transfer you mentioned right now,
yeah,
which did you choose pick to discuss about?
Well, that of Crystal Palace defender.
No, after you listed all the transfer, you picked a part, and one was of more interest, which is Jamie Carragher and
Mohamed
Salah. And I talked something about press the other time. It's part of it. It's part of the business. Out of everything,
but at times they engage in sensationalism. They don't usually.
They want to eke your emotion. They want you to talk about it. They want you to get angry. They want you to be happy. They want you to smile. They want you to be sad. They want you to talk about it. They want you to invest your emotion into it. And okay, now there was a time, and Jamie Carragher is so good at it. He's so good at it. There was a time he spat on a fan's face.
Yeah.
Any other person would have lost his job.
Yeah.
He would have been cancelled. But nobody is as good as Jamie Carragher when it comes to sensational journalism.
And the other guy that coached in Spain at that point in time.
So you see, sometimes it's just when you guys, you know how you do it. You have this, you have the calm person, you have the sensational type, and then you have the objective type.
Yeah.
Everybody is moving towards a certain goal. Get their emotion, make them talk about this particular thing, and that's what Jamie Carragher is very good at.
But being obsessed about the way Mohamed Salah plays, maybe, but he doesn't want to take the club to sign him or increase his this and retain him. He only
behind the scene, he might be, but his job is to make people talk about that particular incident.
Yes, let me tell you that Nottingham Forest yesterday night beat Wolverhampton Wanderers by 3-0. It was a very beautiful game. If not because of bad luck or hard luck, as the case may be, the Wolves couldn't have lost that game. But I tell you, the way these people play, Spirito Express, or whatever they call him, Santos, the coach of Nottingham Forest, he was at one point in time he coached Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they are now third on the log. Liverpool first, Arsenal second, but they are now tied with 40 points with Arsenal with a difference of goals.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So the question I'm asking, is there anything the man did that's different? But when you look at his team, the way they mark, and that was why they were able to beat Liverpool. They will not allow you to play. They mark very well from A to Z. But their wingers, that is, if anything wants to cage or win Nottingham Forest, make sure you claim their wings. Austin Odoi and Elanga, because they can run any defenders. Their counter attack is the highest I've seen in the English Premier League.
One thing he did or he's doing is that he doesn't care the kind of football the media wants to be played. You find out that recently the media wants teams to be playing just the tiki-taka.
Yes.
And then if you are playing a different type of style, you hear them say that your style is outdated, you are packing the balls, you are doing this, you are doing that. But a good coach should learn to play to his or her own strengths. You don't have to play because a particular team is playing this way. And that's why if you watch this season, teams no longer care if Man City is with the ball or not. They play to their own strength.
Yeah.
Then include the whole financial and the court mess and everything. So the whole thing is becomes so difficult. Nottingham Forest don't care how you play; they care how they themselves play, and that is why you see them where they are today.
Anyway, Graham Potter, I know that Chelsea fans they would like to hear this. Graham Potter is one leg to take over from Lepatogi as a West Ham coach. I know English people, especially a club that is located in the heart of England, they always want to use their own person. Graham Potter, he has not coached for a very long time, but Lepatogi, I don't know, 5-0 from Liverpool, 4-0 from the which people again. So I think they might be sacking him, but let's watch and see as the event unfolds. It is on that note that we come to the end of today's edition of Sunrise Sports. Yes, I was in the studio with the Mazi Chizoba Emmanuel and football advertiser and CEO of Conin Limited. Thank you very much, Chizoba, for stopping by and for your analysis this morning. My name is Chibuzon Way. We shall be making a return the same time tomorrow. Please be law abiding, don't make trouble so that you don't end up in police net. This is January anyway. Let me leave you into the able hands of Chioma Agolanda to continue with our English prayer this morning. Thank you and God bless you.